All right, all right, all right. I think I'm live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special Friday night session where I'm coming back on to finish up the donations that I didn't finish in my earlier session, my YouTube channel members that I did not get to their free readings. And I feel like I'm going to attempt to complete all the free readings as well. Um, and I believe I have put in the description box of the video the order in which the readings will be completed, so you can kind of have an idea if you're watching right now or where you are going to be in the order. I will do the donations first, then my YouTube channel members, and then the free readings. Um, the donations take a little bit longer in the beginning, but the free readings will move a little faster because we just generally pull 1 to 2 cards for those. And we might just do 1 card readings tonight just to try to stay balanced, but we'll see. So that's what we'll do. You'll see there's no chat. I'm not taking any new questions in this session, but I'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time to go live. So if you want to join me then, please feel free. Love to see you. And yeah, I think that's everything. I'm going to try to stick to the list here in order. So let me move that over here where I can see it. And we will start off with the donations. So first up, we've got Patty, who has 2. So we'll put those right after one another here. And let's see what we got going on here. I'm going to continue to use the tarot of the mystical moments. Let's see what Spirit has here. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for your patience in getting to your readings, the donations and all that. Whenever I have someone that's unhappy and unpleasant about their experience, which someone was in the last session, it really makes me appreciate how patient you guys are and understanding. And so thank you. Thank you for that. I really, really appreciate it. All right. So, Patty, you want to know your finances starting next week. All right. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. All right. Boom. Right off the bat here. Okay. Wow. They definitely have some messages for you here, Patty. And I feel like we do not want all those. That one right there. All right. So let's see what we got going on with the finances. Now, the bottom of the deck, you do have the 3 of Cups. And the 3 of Cups is like this energy of joy and celebration. So we like that. That's a good sign around finances. So I feel like you're going to be happy about your finances coming up here. The first card that came flying out that made itself known is the 5 of Swords, which does have to do with the conflict between head and heart. And I feel like there's around finances, there is just some clarity that can come around because when we talk about what we're focusing on in life, if we have like this our mindsets that are rooted in small t truths of fear, right? The fear of not having enough, the beliefs in lack, um, the energy of want and need around finances and hate and anything lower vibrational, of course, invites lower vibrational experiences, but the feelings of want and need will also push uh, what we are wanting and needing away because our energy is focused on want, not on have, right? Gratitude is an energy of focusing on gratitude of having because I'm grateful for what I have. So that means I have more that can come in and match that vibration. But when I'm focused on want or need, that brings in more wanting, more needing, which is not about having, right? So hopefully that makes sense. But so there is this conflict between the head and the heart. The head is all about the want, the need, the expectations, and the fears. Our heart is about gratitude and being in the moment and loving what we have. And so there can be that change of mindset helps bring in and has your energy match that of flow to come in. So hopefully all that makes sense. The next card you have here is the 5 of Wands. So yeah, these 5s are the number of change and transformation. So they're basically saying it's all within your hands whatever you focus on is what's going to come in, right? And so if you start doing a gratitude journal or I put an alarm on my phone every waking hour, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. When I'm getting caught up in these feelings or fears of not having enough, I'm like, I've got to have reminders that keep me anchored and returning back. I'm gentle with myself when I realize my alarm goes off and I'll, oh, yep, I was off in fear. Let me return back. But it's not about, oh gosh, rah, 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 rah. It's like just, "Okay, that's right." Recognize it and return it. Be kind and gentle to yourself. But it's about changing your habit to focus on gratitude, and then that will create the energy and the atmosphere for you to be able to receive, and it'll ignite things to come in. Let's see what these 4 cards come out here. Yeah, you have the 4 of Pentacles, which is about a solid foundation in the outside world, and the 3 cards that came with that here, yeah. It's all about here's the King of Cups balancing the head and the heart. So kind of coming back to, the 5 of Swords and this balancing between all these fears and bringing in that higher vibration that comes in because you do have both the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles, which is 10 of Pentacles is abundance galore and the fullness of life. And so both of these coming in here are good energies with all of this around the 4 pentacles. So if you make those adjustments, then it's like you have the ability to have abundance comes in that's like your dream come true. So I like all that. And then you have the judgment card for your final card here with this uh, reading, which is your higher self having you look at things from a higher perspective. And I get it, we're taught growing up to focus on our fears, to focus on what we're wanting, needing, and planning, and, focus all our energy on, you better make sure you have enough. And we have all this fear of failure and this energy of lack that we're taught to focus on. But they're like, when you realize from a higher perspective, when we focus on the gratitude for things, that's what brings things in. I've shared quite often on this channel. So if you've heard it before, apologies. It's a good reminder though, because when I was in corporate life, I would work like 4 times as much as you know, I would what's expected, and I was working for promotions and raises and bonuses. But the more that I focused on it, I got meets expectations and none of that. And I'm like, what's the deal? And I'm like, why am I doing all this if that's what I get? So I back off and do a fourth of what I was doing before, which was what was expected. And I'd focus on um, helping my customers, focusing on the moment, helping my peers, my manager, just helping and enjoying it, going, I make good money. I don't need to make more, more, more. And I'm just going to back off and enjoy. And I'm grateful for what I have. When I went into that, I got promotions, doing a fourth of the work, raises, bonuses, doing a fourth of it because the energy of want and need was pushing it away. But the energy of gratitude is what brought it toward me. Right. So let's see what your fortune cookie is here. And you've got focus and then act. What are you focusing on? Look at the Ace of Swords here, too. So, whatever you're focusing on is growing, right? Let's see what this message is here for you. There is something you want or need to make manifest, but to make your dreams a reality, you must focus your will upon that desire and do what needs to be done. Prayer alone will not give you that which you desire. There are things that you must do in order to have your hopes realized. Now is not the time for stillness or passivity. Now's the time to focus your will, your thoughts, and your emotions to get up and take the necessary steps. Yeah. So, you know, it's also around finances. If it's like the finances aren't working where you're at, then we can also, in addition to gratitude, we can also ask Creator and Spirit, show me what I can do. What actions can I take to help the process too, and then listen and watch and see if you're inspired to go to a different job, to do something differently, there's a lot of things that can come our way, and don't limit the creator too is a kind of advice, because like if we're like it has to be this way, sometimes we can get like a $50 coupon for groceries that saves us $50, and that the money wasn't coming in, but it saved us money going out. So interesting, right? Right, so that's what you have for your first one there, Patty. Thank you so much for that donation. And then for number two, thank you for that donation. You want to know, what will the outcome of yesterday's final hearing be, and how will it impact you going forward? Should I consider moving back home yet? All right, let's take a look here. So, what's the outcome of yesterday's final hearing based on current energies? Okay. And how will it impact you going forward? I feel like that's all those. And um, we'll see here. I normally don't ask a should question of spirit, because they don't have a should. They're just like, well, there's different choices with different outcomes. So we'll ask here, is it in your for your highest experience to move back home? We'll ask that of those. Okay. And those. Okay. So that's what we have here. I love the energy of that, what's unfolding for you on the bottom of the deck, because you have the Seven of Wands. Like, you're breaking free from this cage. So I love that there's this freedom that's coming here. This is about you being able to stand bright and shining, not asking to permission to shine, and not, dimming your light, not defending, not needing to defend your life and who you are, but it's about standing bright and being true to you. And but I like this, that you're breaking free of a cage. So that might tell us kind of everything we need to know, right? But so what's the outcome of yesterday's final hearing, and how will it impact you going forward? Yeah, so Knight of Pentacles has been this slow movement that's been happening, and the Nine of Wands has been this barrier, like that cage, that's been holding you back here, right? And there have been, it has made you face a lot of your fears, right? The Nine of Swords is like the nightmare and insomnia card. And I feel like the nightmare is over, that it's really brought a lot of things for you, and to be able to see things more clearly in your life. You got the King of Swords, which is the master of thinking and mindsets, and being able to see things differently and more clearly. And but it allows you to see things from a higher perspective. And I like that it's allowing you to face those fears, and it didn't kill you. You're alive, right? And we realize these fears are exactly what FEAR stands for: false evidence appearing real. These things don't mean anything about me. I get to choose my path. Um, Anything that happened was happening for me in some way, even though I may not see it now. And you might see some things about this freedom, escaping from the cage. All those bars that were holding you back here were those fears, and you're busting through them now, both with the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands. The fears were the barrier, and now you're going to be able to go and pursue something that's more in alignment with where you're, with your heart, your soul. You have the Page of Pentacles, which is about abundance in the outside world and new opportunities that will open up here. So where you've been here, I think we've talked about that, this is a great opportunity that is happening for you, because you may never have left there if you um, hadn't had this happen. You would have stayed in those repetitive cycles with being bullied and underappreciated, and um, just a lot of lower vibrational experiences. And you've really learned a lot about yourself and your strength, and that you wouldn't have realized without having experienced all those things, right? So I feel like you will be breaking free of these bars. It's going to be a freedom. You're going to have opportunities that open up that you never would have realized had you stayed in the prison that's there, right? So I like it for you. And then what about moving back home? What do they have here? Yeah, we have a couple sets of cards. These first two that came in are the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new opportunity opening up, and the Three of Wands is a change of direction and going in a different direction than you had thought before. Yeah, the Knight of Swords and the Moon card, too, which the Knight of Swords is about movement of communication and more clarity again coming in. And the Moon card is the hidden and the unknown, but there's the cycles, and it's Mother Luna, you know, which I feel like there's not a supposed to or a should. And I feel like um, the Three of Wands is a change of a different direction and new opportunities opening up and abundance coming in. So I feel like if you look in about going a different direction around your employment and what you normally would do, that there's opportunities that are available where you'd find a new job right away. Um, but also, if you chose the route of moving home with that Mother Luna and energy there, you would have an opportunity to learn different things there as well. And I don't feel like there's either one doesn't feel like it's a bigger experience than the other. Either way, because I feel like uh, they're reminding me of that you're wanting to eventually create your own business and create and go those directions. That if you move home, it opens up like the Knight of Swords is a fast moving horse because the mental and the emotional move very fast. The fire horse is the fastest horse on fire. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight out of them all, right? But I feel like it would give you the ability to move faster into that, because you won't be distracted as much by a like another job that is taking a lot of your time. So either one, and the energy of being home, and there's some distractions, of course, and stuff there, but I feel like you're more motivated to start your business and get going because you want to get out of home again. That's funny. But, so I don't feel like there's an either or is not a bigger outcome. Either or doesn't um, impact you, because I feel like you'll move faster if you're at home, but then also if you have another job and um, it'll just take a lot of time and a lot of energy, but you'll basically work and then go home and then work on creating your business. Whereas if you move home, you'll um, you know help out and do all that stuff, and then so you kind of have a job when you're there, helping the family and helping and doing everything right, and then left over to work on creating your business, right? Um, but I feel like you'll eventually end up getting a job at home to help support and help you create your business anyway. So it's kind of like you end up in the same situation. Um, it just might be, um, I almost feel more challenging at home because you'll end up working, helping the family, and then trying to squeeze in creating your business too. So hopefully that helps bring a little clarity, but I don't feel like either or makes or breaks your future. Your fortune cookie is, yeah, love without condition. I like that energy of, um, your journey is all about love and living your dream. And I feel like that's about loving yourself without condition and not judging yourself and knowing that I get to live my dream. And how do I want to do that? It's like there's no wrong choice. Says, do you often find it easier to give advice to others whilst hiding from the truth that the advice you give is advice that you yourself neglect to follow? Oh, that's all of us. Do you find it easier to nurture others and show them kindness and compassion. It's time to be kind and gentle with yourself, to love you, strength and weaknesses, without reservations or condition. Nurture yourself, be kind to yourself, for you are deserving of the same unconditional care and love that you give to others. I love that. Nurture yourself. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Not what everyone else thinks you're supposed to do, should do, whatever, but what do you want to do? And live, right? So I like that for you. Hopefully that helps, Patty. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings. All right. And up next, we have Johanna. Johanna. You're probably asleep right now, maybe on the other side of the world. Maybe you're awake. So you have two donations. So we will do those next here. So your first one, thank you for that donation. I'm glad you like the new setup. And you want to get an update on UNM regarding today, too. All right. So a little update. Let's see what's going on with M. Just Spirit wants you to know. Okay. And then an update on today. All right. What is this? Countdown-ish kind of energy. All right. We'll see what we got going on here. So, bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups has this emotional stability energy in there. But we also have that energy of stagnancy, in that they're looking for something that sparks them in their heart, because they kind of have this things of the outside world are not making me feel the way I thought that they should. And there's like this emptiness of the outside world, which is part of our journey. Eventually we realize, the things of the outside world don't bring us that feeling of fulfillment, and there's that emptiness there, right? And that's the underlying energy regarding where they're at right now. Let's see the general energies they want you to know about. Yeah, we got expectations equal disappointment and heartache. Heartache energies. Wow. We got the Eight of Cups, which is an energy of walking away from relationships and emotions that don't serve us anymore. We got the Chariot card, which is a movement card, a power of choice energy. It's ruled by Cancer. There's a lot of emotional energy that's moving in them right now. And this Emperor with this indecision energy. Aries, wanting to make a choice, wanting to get out of their head, trying to decide what they want, indecision, trying to formulate a plan. They know when they decide and they formulate a plan, they put action behind it, they can do whatever they want, but it's that they're in this little unknowingness about what they're wanting here, because of this heartache and this leaving behind emotions and relationships, and a lot of this, all this Four of Cups, kind of emotional, I want to say epiphany, because I don't feel like they've come to any conclusions yet, but they are ready to move into a different level and move into a different space emotionally. And it's kind of like they're moving from the Four of Cups to the Five of Cups to have these emotional challenges so they can move to the next level emotionally. And I just feel like they're in this place of unfulfillment, and that's what's going on with their, and it's not just specifically with you. This is their general energy around what they're feeling and what they're going through, and what's creating a lot of their, you know, emotional expression or lack thereof. Let's see, we got three cards, two cards, one card. So there's something that's counting down. Let's see what's going on here. The first three cards that come up here. This card actually has multiple emperors and kings in it. And we got the second emperor. So again, they're in this place of, oh my gosh. And then the King of Wands, which is the same. The Emperor and the King of Wands has this energy, major indecision, wanting to get everyone out of their head and all the supposed to be's, and trying to figure out what is it that I want. And I mean, three of those energies appearing here is really just nailing that home that they don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. They're trying to figure out what they want. And it's just um, in this kind of in between, pausing, standing at a fork in the road with a variety of roads that can go down, and they're not sure what they want. Yeah. The Knight of Swords. They're seeking clarity. They're trying to understand what it is they really want. And this is like the big place they're in now. Based on current energies, let's see what comes next. All this king energy. They are really primed to try to take control of their lives. And the Justice card there with that Ace of Swords, trying to balance things out, trying to see things from a higher perspective, to step beyond their fears, see things more clearly. And the King of Cups is the balancing between the head and the heart. And there is this energy that comes in with these two cards together. They're trying to figure out what their perfect compatible partner would look like. And that's what they're trying to figure out. They have no idea. This is where they're, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to make a wrong choice because, again, when they come down to that Four of Cups, it's like this energy of I'm not feeling fulfilled in the relationships I've had before. So how do I know that the next one is going to make me fulfilled? What would fill me up? What's going to make my heart feel full? What kind of partner would make me feel that way? I don't know. These didn't. I don't know. And this is this energy of not knowing if I want to take the risk, if I want to, and also I don't want to hurt people if I'm not sure this is going to work out. I don't want to lead people on, but also I don't know this, I don't know that, I don't know this. It's all this questioning. And I feel like a lot of this, whatever happened today, regarding today, I just feel like it just added to the confusion for them. That's funny. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. They have this mother nature, mother nurture, returning back to themselves and nurturing themselves. So it just feels like here, and we'll see what this other card is here too. Okay. So, the 3-2-1 here, it just feels like they just end up wanting to back off, and I feel like they do this. They just like, okay, wait, I don't know what I want to do. Hold on. Let me just back up. I feel crowded. I feel pressured. I need to step back and understand and find out what I want, you know. And I feel like this is what comes in with that energy. We have the Lovers card here, which is all this is about, of course, relationships and trying to understand what it is. And this is what they feel like they need to do in order to to be able to move forward. And so that's the kind of energy that's coming in here. The Lovers card, I just feel here, because you got the bottom of the deck, you have the Six of Cups, my past life energy, right? And this either means, and you know yourself well, that you feel this past life deep connection with them, that you feel like, wow, they're glowing in the dark and they have a rainbow shooting out of their butt. If that's not the kind of energy that you feel is like this comfortability, this deep draw, this like knowingness, and like I said, you feel comfortable and in their presence, and it just feels like home. That's the kind of energy when it's with Six of Cups and past life energy. If you're not feeling that, then there is someone else that's more in alignment that's coming your way, where you're like, oh my God, I feel like the energy is overwhelming. And it's just like, and unlike anything that you felt before. if you're feeling that for really sit with that and make sure that you are. Because I feel like there's someone else coming down the road for you. And that's why I'm feeling like that Six of Cups is like, you know, this isn't a long-term person for you because there's someone that you're just going to be like blown away by. Let's see what your fortune cookie says. Yeah, see yourself in nature. Let's see what that brings in here. Oh, there we go. Whoops, nope. There it is. You are born of man and woman, but humanity is born of the natural world. So now's the time to reconnect with nature, right? Look out into the natural world. Explore your world, and you will see who you are. Peel away in all judgment and dogma born of man, and see your truest nature mirrored in the beautiful world around you. See that your emotions are like the weather, and that your senses reach into the sky and earth like the branches and roots of the tree. See yourself in nature and nature within yourself. So I feel like that's saying look into your nature of who you are. And does the energy with does it really match that? Does that really match your nature? Or are you kind of dimming it and bringing it down to try to match, right? Something to think about. That's what they have for that one. No help, I know. All right. And then for your number two, thank you for your dual donations. I appreciate that. Any particular reason you've been so obsessed with birds lately? All right. Let's take a look here. All right. Tell us about the birds. The birds and the bees? Always comes back to that, doesn't it? Let's see here. All right. Let's see what we have here. All right. So we have the moon energy coming in here on the bottom of the deck. And this is bringing me to the eclipses and the Virgo full moon lunar eclipse that we are having here in a week. Very much connection to grounding, very much connection to Mother Earth, and, coming back to your, nature that's, you know, shaking up and asking you to connect with it. So I like that energy coming in and the cycles of the moon. I mean, it's definitely here. Eclipse energy, I feel, is like a huge impact for you regarding that. It's igniting something within you of a connection to Earth, and I like that. There's also something about singing, and that there are messages and energy from birds about singing the song that is within them, and that has to do with your singing as well. Interesting. Let's see what else came out here. Yep, you have the Five of Cups. And this is the movement of emotion from lower vibration to higher vibration. It's funny because Supernova, who is also about singing, and it's a big thing. This is one of her cards that she gets when it talks about her desire for singing to help people transform their emotions from lower vibration to higher vibration. And that's immediately what I came in when I saw that. And it's all this music, this energy of realizing that's why you are attracted to birds, because you love when they sing their song. It usually sounds so beautiful and it's uplifting, and it kind of transforms your own vibration, and it's like this reflection of like one of your dreams in this lifetime too, is to help others change their emotional vibration through how you sing. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, the Nine of Cups. Emotional dream come true. So thank you, Spirit, for confirming this is about a dream. And yeah, we have the Knight of Wands and the Devil card. So, you've begun your Saturn return. So you do have this shaking and this rattling that's happening here of uh, letting go of old beliefs that don't serve you anymore and fears that keep you and hold you back. But the Knight of Wands, because the Nine of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Devil card all came out together. And all of this is this ignition of your dream and the realization and clarity around your dream come true is part of their message of the birds coming in here for you. And I like this. And it's about taking action towards your true dream. Um, and that's what happens with that devil card, the Saturn, Capricorn energy. It's all about the work. Capricorn is like the 10th house of work. And what am I going to do? Where am I investing? And how do I earn my income? And how do I go this? It's like this clarity that comes in because for so many of us will fall into working jobs to eventually work towards our dream, and we end up getting so exhausted and working that we don't pursue our dreams. And I feel like the birds are just this reminder of realizing that jobs, you don't work to live. I'm sorry, you don't live to work, you work in order to live your dream, right? Otherwise, we end up existing and not living our dream. I like this message for you. And then you have the Hanged Man hanging upside hanging upside down from a tree, and literally, um, there's all these birds that are singing about your transformation. All those little birds all over the. They're wondering, what are you doing hanging upside down? But they're all coming to you during your transformation. Mhm. Even the hermit with the birds flying above it here. This time of reflection, they're your messengers pointing you back to that. The Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. And there's this message that comes in, what we talk about with the Four of Pentacles that leads us to the Ace of Cups. The Four of Pentacles says, we learn this this lesson in life that when we define ourselves by the outside world, we feel unstable in the three areas that we're taught to focus on: our relationships, situations, jobs, education, dreams, whatever, and social, not social status, things. It's also social, status is things that we can focus on. But things are our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, all that's unstable, constantly changing. People, you know, change, they walk away, they pass away, things never stay the same. All of that brings us back to once we're disappointed enough and tired of feeling the instability, we turn inward and upward, and that's where we feel that unconditional love and the eternal unconditional love of the higher realm is the only thing that's stable in this realm. And so when we define ourselves by that, then we feel stable. And in the outside world, we fill up and overflow what, like that chalice, the Ace of Cups, and that allows us to pursue. It allows us to sing out loud our joy, that song that's within us that wants to be sung, right? So I feel like that's why you're focusing on birds, as they're pointing you towards that dream. And then your fortune cookie is observe in silence. Listen to the birds. Sit still, be still. See what messages come from them. Ask the birds what message that they're bringing to you, what advice they have about singing their song. They're experts. Now is not the time to be the life of the party nor step forward into the role of leader or teacher. Be cautious. It may not be wise to draw attention to yourself or to reveal your plans to others at this time. Instead, be silent, step back, be still. Watch those around you and be mindful of what you see, hear, and feel. Trust in your instincts and intuition and let them guide your steps. I like that. But I like that also listening to the birds. All right. So that's what they have for you, Johanna. Hopefully that brings some clarity. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Supernova, you are up next. All right. And thank you so much for your donation. And you wanted to know, what do spirit guides, Kurt, want you to know about life, about yourself, or about your friend Ruby? It's like we're feeling each other's energy and sharing feelings or something. Think we both pick up on. Spirit can pick whatever one. I love that. Okay, so what do they want to know about life, about yourself, or about your friend Ruby? I really feel like they want to kind of hone in on you and this interaction with Ruby. So let's take a look here. What is this? What do you want her to know about this interaction, this energy that's happening here? Okay, I feel like they want that one and that one. But then they want these two, and then that one underlying that. Okay. So let's scooch these over. And we'll look at the bottom of the deck here first. Interesting that we have the Temperance card on the bottom here. And the Temperance card is a card of patience, but it's a card of alchemy. Normally it's like 2 cups. And they're going back and forth. And it starts off with a base metal, and then there's, as it's going back and forth, there's like this magic that's added that makes things different. And I feel like Ruby's energy being introduced into the mix of what's going on with you is creating some extra magic. It's like the joining of your energies together is creating this magic that is creating gold. It's creating something bigger. I like that energy coming in here for you, and we'll dive more deeply. Let me just take a sip here. Stay hydrated. So let's see what's happening here. Yeah, moon energy. I love it. So there is this emotional energy that's bubbling up within both of you here. Like you said, sharing feelings. The moon card, of course, is all about emotion. It's all about feelings, and there is something around both of your moon signs in your astrology. So if you guys know what those are, it'd be interesting to find that out, because there's something about her moon sign that interacts with your moon sign, and something about your moon sign that interacts with her moon. And as the moon changes, it's like it's not constant between the two of you, but it depends on what the moon is in and the moon cycles. And there's something that activates when your moon sign is when the moon is in the sign of your moon sign, it activates, and it impacts her in this way. And then when her moon sign is when the moon is in her moon sign, it activates this energy that impacts you. And it's like she goes full moon when the moon is in her moon sign, which brings light into your life, and then vice versa when you're. So it'd be interesting to figure that out, because the moon goes through the entire zodiac every 27, 28-ish, 29 days. So every 2 to 3 days ish, it changes signs. So for a couple days, there's like this from her, and then it kind of lulls, and then it feels like then a few days later, boom, it's your turn. You shine bright and bring this light into her life. And then that brings this emotional moon kind of connection. Interesting. Never had that before. Not surprised. So definitely try to find out what your guys' moon signs are. Yeah. And I do feel here with the Fool card and the Ace of Pentacles, it is this energy that comes in. This is about new beginnings. It's like you both emanate hope to one another and possibilities. And I feel like you guys help each other just really see life in a more positive light. Again, it's like you guys become full moons for each other in times of darkness. And it all depends on when that moon energy is amplifying. It just makes it big. The moon's always there, but on a full moon on a dark night, you're like, "Wow, look at it." And less of the rest of the time, it's there, it's shining some light, but when the full moon is bright, it's like you become super full moons, right? For each other. So I like that kind of energy that is coming in between you guys there. Yeah. And the Ace of Cups, again, heightened emotion. And the Seven of Pentacles, you guys also help each other with seeing your self worth in a different light, seeing your self love in a different light. And the Seven of Pentacles is like last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. But it's like you're you also help water each other's um, self worth and self love and self esteem because you guys don't BS one another. You don't just make stuff up and go, "You're great." You really recognize truly the greatness in one another, and you guys can point it out. You also have I feel like a great relationship in that you can also be honest with each other and call each other out on your BS, but in a loving way, not a dissing way. It's just like, girl, you're doing that thing again. And you're like, oh, crap, I am. Thanks. It's that kind of energy I feel that helps. It's like you prune away the leaves that are dying so that you can invest your energy in things that will bring fruit later. And then you have the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. And I like that you guys give each other different perspectives on like the dreams that are possible out there. And the Two of Pentacles is this balancing energy. Again, I feel like you both um do you ever see those like boats that they have in the like Hawaii and the South Pacific where it's like this canoe, but they have the little bar and then they have a balancer that keeps it from flipping over. And that's what you guys are for one another too. You're like this long log that helps keep balance and when you hit choppy waters. And so I like that. And this is in regards to the Seven of Cups. There's like all those stars that you could choose from. And I feel like you guys help point each other into the direction that helps. So I feel like this is something that you guys have agreed to be for each other before you came down here. And I like this for you. Yeah, and the King of Wands. Ultimately, though, remember that you are the one that gets to choose for you, and they are the ones that get to choose for them. King of Wands energy is, and I don't feel like you guys have a whole lot of opinion on who each other should be. And I feel like that's something else that you guys remind is that it's your life. You get to choose for you. You don't have to listen to everyone else. You don't have to do what everyone else wants or do things a certain way. And I feel like you both leave it to each other to do this, right? Yeah, and I like this. So I like this energy for you guys. Let's see what your fortune cookie tells you here too about this. Nope, none of those. About this connection that you guys are sensing between each other here too. Yeah, like look at two ravens. Trust in magic. So there you are, two ravens. Magic is the mysterious and the coincidental. It is at the heart of those moments of synchronicity and knowing. It is woven into the awareness that there is more to life than what you see, what you can see. It is born of that moment when you step without fear and with loving heart into the void. Voice your desire and have great spirit. Send his messengers to show you the way. Trust in magic. It is real and it surrounds you. Wow. I love that. It's like you guys are both messengers for each other from spirit. And I like that you guys are sharing that with each other. So that's what they have for you, Supernova. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All righty. So now, love is the most powerful force in the universe. I checked the little report that shows me all the donations, and you did not show up on there. So if you're saying that YouTube did withdraw out of your account for those four, then definitely dispute that with them because they're not giving me any of that money. And if they're taking it from you, they already make millions. You don't need to donate to YouTube. So definitely dispute those and um, and say they didn't show up in the chat, but you took it from my account. So refund it to me and then you can have it refunded. I'm gonna go ahead and honor the donations. I trust you. I don't feel like you're making it up to get free readings. I mean, hello. So I'll do these for you. And then you also had a free reading request. I'm going to add it on to the end of the four donations. And so that way you don't have to go try to find it. It's just more convenient if I add that on. So we'll add that on there. All right. Let me see here. I'm going to take a sip here of my, whoa, my big jug here. Not drinking enough. Okay. So, and sorry for the inconvenience with all that. I'm sure it happens every once in a while. Mercury retrograde, probably. We're in the beginnings of the pre-shadow. So we're gonna like, no more, no more, no more of this stuff, please. All right. So your first question was, did E-Tag get any more readings on you? What else did she figure out about you? All right, let's take a look here. The great thing about when we're looking at, like, when we do readings, like when you want to know, like this case, spirit's going to give you what you need to know for you, and they don't reveal deep dark secrets and stuff that people are going to use for ill purposes. um because if that's the intent, it's lower vibrational and they get lower vibrational energy brought in, right? And that's because that it's not out of retribution and blah blah blah. It's just whatever we're focusing on is what we draw to us. So if they are focusing on lower vibrational, like, I want to find out about blah, 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 they're just going to get stuff that's untrue and matches lower vibration. My readings are always from a place of love and growth, not let's find out what we can blackmail people about, right? So that's the difference. So just know that spirit doesn't, diss on people. It's always with the intention that it's going to help that person grow and not about retaliation or, that type of thing. So you can trust that, spirit has your back, and that your higher self and your spiritual posse, when people channel, like, so like when I'm going to go um, access E-Tag's energy, it's I'm going up through my spirit guides and my spirit realm, and they're reaching out to their spirit guides to find out information. And so they're higher vibrational beings. It's not like I'm tapping in undercover, hacking their stuff. We're going through spirit. And so that's the kind of energy that if anyone is trying to connect, they'll go through E-Tag's spirit guides over to yours, and yours are going to, of course, be watching out for you and protecting you. And so they're not going to go, oh, be sure to tell them this deep, dark secret. They're not going to do that for you, if that makes sense. And even on the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Wands, which is about blocks, energetic blocks that come in that, if you're not wanting them to find out information that will harm you, then they can't. And that's the power that we have. And of course, that's your intention is like, I don't want them to be able to hurt me. And they're like, yeah, no. And so just know that. So let's take a look here. Um, did ETAG ask for more readings on you here? All right. Yeah, I feel like here with the Ace of Wands and the Lover's card here that, yeah, this would be yes, that they're asking for more. But this is more, I don't feel like it was just you. I feel like they were, because the Ace of Wands is energy, new energies. That's why I'm thinking it's new things. But I feel like they were asking a lot about relationships, a lot of interactions, a lot of different relationships of stuff that they're going through. Um, and so, because I feel like they have a lot of altercations with a lot of people, a lot of um, turbulence with a lot of people, and they're just like, "What's going on? I need to know what's going on." So I feel like it's more that than, "What about you?" Kind of energy, if that makes sense. Let's see what else here. Yeah, Two of Wands. I feel like what they got back here, they got a message from Spirit that it's their energy, whatever they're investing in is what they're drawing toward them. So I feel the message that came through from Spirit for them is focus on you because what ETAG is focusing on, they're drawing in and they're realizing, oh my God, and so I feel like that was the message that their spirit guides wanted to bring to them is that your life is reflective of what you're focusing on. So if you want your life to change, you need to change your focus, right? Yeah. And I feel like the message that they got from their spirit guides too, with the Six of Swords coming in here and the Knight of Cups. Six of Swords is about leaving old ways of thinking behind, lower vibration fear, and see things from a higher perspective. And the Knight of Cups is this, their pursuit of love, and and I feel like whatever these messages were coming through for them when they were inquiring were all about, again, they're turning them back to them. This is your quest. Every relationship that you have in the outside world is a reflective of your own love for yourself. So I feel like their spirit guides wanting them to grow, wanting them to help them is like, forget about diving into other people, look into you. This is where you make change. This is how you change the interactions with the outside world, is focusing in on your self-love, right? And focusing on your energetic choices and where you're focusing your energy. It's a great message for us all because we're the ones that are drawing everything into our life. And our whole life is a journey of a quest of our self-love. Yeah, and the Queen of Swords. Their spirit guides telling them to balance their head and their heart. So I don't feel like they got anything out about you. I feel like it was all about this energy of focusing in on themselves, realizing whatever you see in people around you is a mirror showing you what you want to see about yourself. So I feel like they were wanting to find out, why am I having the trouble with so many people? And they're like, mirrors. All right. So that's what they have for that one. Let's see what your fortune cookie tells you about this too. So hopefully that helps put your mind at ease a little bit. All right. And then your fortune cookie says, calm in the storm. I like it. Beautiful card here for you. Let's see what that brings in here. There are times when life offers us nothing but chaos and turmoil. Wave upon wave knocks us down, and sometimes before we can regain our feet, be still. Take a moment to breathe. Right? Express your thoughts and feelings, and then do what you can to find a peaceful place of calm within you. If another is in need, offer them safe harbor. Be a port in their storm. I like this. I feel like that's the kind of the message they got too, with all the chaos and everything they're doing. They're like, again, find the peace within you, come back to you, right? So hopefully that helps for number one there. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. And then number two that you had here was, does ETAG secretly have your contact information or address? Has she seen your real photos on social media, Facebook? All right. Let's take a look here based on current energies. Okay. This is what they have here. All right. I like the bottom of the deck being the World card, which is a victory card, but it's an ending of an old cycle, beginning of new adventure. And I feel like whatever's been going on with this between the two of you, it's coming to an end. There is movement into freedom, into openness here. So I don't feel like you're going to have to worry about this. I feel like this is ending and it's a victory card for you. So do they know secret information? Well, we got death and rebirth. So there we go. There's that ending. What else do we have here? Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands energy here. They want me to pull the second card. Eight of Pentacles. I feel like the energy that's coming in, the Queen of Wands being ETAG, that whatever they put their mind to and whatever they put their energy toward, they can really make things happen in their life, right? They'll when they get a hold of something, they will go, 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 go. And the Eight of Pentacles, though, is this transformation energy, putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, but it's referring back, all this butterfly energy, that this ending and beginning. I just feel like the energy that they're investing, that they're going a different direction. And this is all this ending and this beginning, that they're like, no, I'm done. And I don't, let's see here. Do we have anything? Knight of Swords, movement of thought and belief and mindset. So I don't feel like that they saw, like, I don't feel like they have like your address and contact information. The only thing with the Knight of Swords, I feel like they might have seen like maybe something on social media, but I don't feel like there's anything to worry about here with the Death card and the World card, which is, the underlying energy is the World card, a victory, ending of cycles. It's like it's done. They're moving on to something else. Um, their energy has, it's like with the readings that they're getting, they're like realizing that they need to focus their energy on something else, and they're realizing like what they were investing was lower vibrational and they need to make a change, or they're drawing in lower vibrational experiences for themselves, right? Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. So respect your boundaries. So the boundaries, and I feel like that's what's coming in here, is that whatever is shaken loose is they will respect your boundaries now. Others will not respect the emotional boundaries that you set within your relationships if you do not respect them yourself. This is good. This is like, the kind of the message they got from theirs is kind of what messages for you too, right? It's like, where you invest in your energy around ETAG, it's like, if I'm focusing on them, I draw them. But if I focus on gratitude for what I do have in my life, what I do want to draw in my life, what I do want to expand, then that will bring that in instead. So I like this, that they're talking about respect your boundaries for yourself, and then other people follow suit. Know yourself, love yourself. If you do not accord yourself the same care you desire from others, then you will not be shown care. If you do not honor your own truths and dreams, then nobody else will. Honor yourself by treating yourself with the same care and in the same manner that you wish others to treat you. Yeah, so bring that back to you. It's kind of like their message, right? What a great mirror. Bring back this to you and honor yourself and go, yeah, when I'm focusing on my fear about what other people can or can't do and whatever, I'm not respecting myself because I'm feeding myself and drawing lower vibrational things to me. But when I love myself, then I'm going to focus on gratitude for the things I love and I'll draw that in instead, right? And it's like Will Ferrell, he's a comedian, and they asked him because he's kind of crazy and he gets some, bad publicity sometimes from people that he's so over the top and stuff. And they go, "What do you think about all that?" And he goes, "I don't pay attention to the haters and the lower stuff. I focus all of my energy on people I love." And I like that. So hopefully that helps there for you, love. That was number 2. Number 3, what is E-Tag going through that she reluctantly distances herself from you? Okay, let's take a look here. Well, obviously, I think some of the stuff we've been talking about, she does have a lot of turbulence with a lot of people. Let's see what else that they. Whoa. Okay. Okay. They were like, nope, none of those cards. They had the whole deck fall on it. So that's just me being butterfingers. All right. So, what would you like us to know about what E-Tag is going through? All right. Well, all right. Bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Cups, which is focusing on spilt cups and lower vibrational emotions. But the 5 of Cups is this transformational energy, knowing that this is happening for her to release some emotional trauma, some emotional feelings that don't serve her anymore. And so she's kind of going through a heart surgery that, this is not just between the two of you. This is about, can go all the way back to when she was 7 years old and younger, emotions that have been echoing for quite a while. So she's doing this inner emotional work that's coming in here. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. So we've got the 4 of Swords, which is a peace of mind, mental stability, with the Ace of Cups, which is about this focus on self love. And I feel like, you know, there is this realization, again, going back to the reading that she got in the first one, where all of her outside relationships are reflective of how she feels about herself. And the amount of self love that she feels, um, you know, um, is, like I said, is being reflected. So she feels this much self love, then that's all she can give, but that's also reflected on what she feels she's getting from others because she can't receive more love from others than she feels for herself, nor give more love to others than she feels about herself. So there is this, you know, clarity that's coming in with the 4 of Swords. And I feel like she's reaching this place of mental peace and understanding. It's like she's gaining clarity around, well, this is why all these relationships I've had have been so turbulent because I was turbulent and that's what was being reflected out. So I feel like there's this big energy with all of this here. Yeah. And I feel like she's in a place with this clarity trying to determine what it is she wants to do with the Emperor and the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is about abundance in the outside world and sense of worth in the outside world. But the Emperor also is this, this clearing of the throne room, trying to get rid of all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve anymore, and everyone's opinion, and trying to decide for herself, what is it that I want for my life? Not what everyone is telling me that I'm supposed to have, but what is it really within me that I want? And then making a plan and putting energy behind it to move forward in it, right? And yeah, the Three of Cups. So there is this sense of community with the Three of Cups coming in here. And I feel like there's two other people, which is like, I don't necessarily feel like they're sisters, but there's two other people that are like a support group, like really, really close friends. And I feel like that's what she's spending her time on because I don't feel like she's comfortable. It's like she's taken herself off the market, per se, of finding and being in a relationship with one other person because of all the results of these relationships that she's had. And I feel like she's really wanting to get into understanding you know, herself and understand who she is and what she really wants. And these others, they all give each other love, not like romantic love, but they're all like it's just a safe space to heal a heart, right? And I feel like this is what's going on with her. Let me just cover these up. Those are not appropriate for it's embracing the feminine. And so they are embracing their feminine side here. And I feel like that's like this, it's kind of like the Empress card and like the Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and that she's nurturing herself right now. And so it's not that she's reluctantly distancing herself. I feel like she's choosing to distance herself from all other relationships besides these two because she's healing her heart. She's doing that inner work, right? And that's good for all of us to do. Says within ourselves there's two aspects to our nature, the feminine and the masculine. Here in the present, um, it's telling her you need to embrace the feminine aspect of her nature and let it guide her steps. Now's the time to be nurturing, creative, and to connect with nature, home, and heart. She's listening to her intuition and her emotions. She's being receptive and compassionate to herself. But remember, whilst she's allowing the feminine self to be dominant, she also can temper the gentleness with a fire that denies all meekness. Yeah. So she's embracing the divine feminine and she's really nurturing her inner child. And these other two divine feminine energies are helping her heal her heart. But she's also having the fire and putting up the boundaries and realizing I need to focus on me. And it's um, a good choice for her because otherwise she's going to stay in that lower vibrational spilt cups energy of the pain and suffering that she had when she was younger that's been echoing out in her life. So it's a good thing. May not be fun for you, but that's what's going in there. All right. So hopefully that helps. That's what they had for number 3. And then number 4, does E-Tag understand why you can't and won't talk to her at the moment? Oh, okay. Any others? Nope, that's it. Okay. We'll see what these bring in here. To get 4 cards. The bottom of the deck, there's the Two of Swords. And that's the battle between the head and the heart. So does she understand? The head understands the mind, but her heart, again, that little wounded heart, the little inner child heart, is like, um, that's the rejection that she has felt from when she was a child. So, yeah, in some ways she understands, but it still is creating this echo of emotions, within her too. So, so hopefully that makes sense. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, and she's focusing on, the Eight of Swords is she's focusing on her own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made her feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted. So she really is. I don't feel like she's investing a lot of energy in about why you're not doing that because she's put up her boundaries going, I want to find out about me, and all this is returning her back. You have been the perfect mirror, reflecting back to her what she wants to see in herself. So, I feel like that's she's realizing that. Yeah, and the magician, this is the energy she's focusing her energy and all that stuff we've been looking at. All these messages she's been getting is what are you focusing your energy on and what are you growing and expanding in your life? That's what she's getting those messages. So she's realizing I got to focus in on me, not everyone else and what they're doing or not doing, saying or not saying. This mirror and this journey is about me, and I feel like she's really learning to step into her power here. Yeah. Two of Cups, she does, of course, relationships are a focus of what she's going through, but she's realizing every relationship she's had, with the Two of Pentacles, has been a reflection and a cycle that's been going on since she was a child. And she's really realizing these things and she's seeing these things. So I would say that she does understand, in her mind, why it's best for you guys, because she's learning a lot about what she wants for herself and who she is instead of all of these um, leftover things from her past. Let's see what else we have here for your fortune cookie here. All right, let's try that again. What else about this? Okay, here we go. Well, that's where I'm going to end up dropping all the cards. Knock on wood. No, no, no. Yeah. See, she's focusing on washing away her burdens. I like that. Let's see what comes in with that one here. And this is about her. So, as you have moved through life, you have undoubtedly experienced moments that have inspired feelings of regret, remorse, shame, and guilt. You have made promises you have not been able to keep. You have judged and blamed yourself and others. You have burdened yourself with feelings born of facts that cannot be undone, which still bind you to the past. It's time to forgive. It's time to lie down in the healing waters and let them wash away your burdens so you can move forward with spirit cleansed. Wow. So she's definitely in this transformational time in her life. So hopefully that helps there, love. And then for your free reading, you had are any of these people star seeds? Your dad, your mom, or E-tag? All right, let's take a look here. We'll pull it. Whoa. Okay, there's a card for your dad. Swear these cards are full of energy. Your mom. Okay, and then E-tag. Your dad, you got moon energy for him, which celestial moon here would tell me that your dad is a star seed. Because when I get a card about something existing off Earth, um, that would tell me that they are there. But um, it would be a star seed collective that is close to us because the moon is like in our orbit. So it's not going to be one of the star seeds that are like way far away. Whatever collective is nearer to us, they're a part of that. Interesting. I'm getting, and this is not like a super common one, but a Venus um, starseed collective, because there were Venetians, and I feel like that was their um, the star one of the collectives, because we can be have visited and been a part of many different collectives because we experience tons of stuff. We've had tons of lifetimes. But I feel like the one they want you to know about is the Venus Starseed Collective. And then your mom? No, with the Two of Pentacles, I don't feel like she was a member of like a specific starseed collective. I feel like she's had cycles and visited and participated, but when we're talking about being a star seed, that can be like the first experience that we've had um in this realm. If you were of a star seed collective, then that's when you're kind of considered a star seed. But many of us have had different iterations of the beings that we came in. That was our first experience. And then we went and visited and were parts of starseed collectives. But that wasn't like our origin story, if that makes sense, for that. And then E tag, also Page of Wands. Um, I don't feel like they were either. That moon energy, I feel like your dad was. All right. So hopefully that helps. That is your free reading. All right. Again, sorry for all the confusion around YouTube, and I didn't see any of your donations in my chat either. So you didn't see them. I didn't see them. So if they charged you there was a glitch or something, which can happen from time to time. So sorry about that. All right. So thank you guys for all your patience and getting to the other reading. So those were all the donations. Like I said, those do take a little longer. We do deep dive into those. But now, up next will be my YouTube channel monthly memberships. I have 3 of those. So we'll do those free readings. Those will, of course, like I said, will be faster. And then I'll start into the other free readings. I've got about, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 of those. So, and in the description box of the video, I do have the order of the readings. And after I'm done, I will post it as a pinned comment too. But if you're looking at like, wait, where am I in the list? You can check that out if you want. Just have to click more and it's long. All right. So up first, we got Moonlight. Thank you for your donations earlier. And your free reading is anything coming for you this weekend, anything you need to know. All right. Let's take a look here. Anything you need to know this weekend, anything coming for you. I got the Nine of Pentacles, which is kind of my hermity, be at home energy. It's also about abundance. Let's see what else we have here. You got the Eight of Wands. It's a lot of energy. Let's see. And the Queen of Wands. So overall, with all of this here, there's a lot of energy to be had. Nine of Pentacles with the Eight of Wands. This little bird in the Nine of Pentacles, that's spirit. And so there's this like hermity, be at home, be by yourself energy. There's a lot of messages that spirit is bringing you, both in the physical world, the mental world, the emotional world, just the energetic world. And if you take some time to be still and to yourself, you'll get a lot of messages from spirit, a lot of synchronicities, repeating numbers, messages, thoughts just dropping into your mind, memories coming back, maybe of loved ones who are on the other side. They're touching memories in your brain to have you remember them, to let you know you're not alone. A lot of beautiful messages from spirit possible. But then the Queen of Wands is also, which also the Queen of Wands, very spiritual connection to the upper realms. So really reinforcing you have a great ability this weekend to really connect with spirit if you'll take the time to get still and shh, be quiet, right? Quiet the mind. But there's also this energy with the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Wands that if you don't want to be at home, that you have the ability to ignite things, to make things happen. Whatever you focus your energy on is what you'll draw. So if you're like, I'm grateful for when I'm able to hang with friends or this or that, then you have this great opportunity to ignite things and initiate things and make some things happen this weekend as well. So I like that for you. That's what they have for you, Moonlight. So many blessings to you. And then we have Happy Pill up next. Hello, hello. General reading for you, whatever Spirit has in store for you. All right. There we go. What do they have in store for you? All right. well, well. So a lot of clarity coming in here. You have the 10 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands, you can look at it with all the stuff they're carrying and go, what a burden. Or you can change your perspective and go, what a blessing. Look how much harvest they have. The King of Swords rules over thought and belief, and they um, co rule over the suit with the Queen, but all kings get a second portion of swords and mental energy, which makes them the master of communication, but also of mindset and perception and knowledge, right? And so I feel like there's this uh, kind of nudge of be aware of where you're focusing your energy and kind of taking an inventory of where you're investing all that 10 of wands. It's a lot of energy. And sometimes we can become so overwhelmed because we're kind of taught everything's urgent, everything's important, but it's not. And that's what this King of Swords brings in, this awareness, seeing things from a higher perspective and going, what is truly urgent? What is truly important to me? Okay, put that in one bucket. And then what is truly important to me, but not urgent? I'm going to put that in a second bucket. And those things I'll put on my calendar because they don't need to be done today. They're not urgent. I can spread them out on my calendar, right? And then the third thing, what are the things that are um, urgent but not important to me? I'm going to throw those in the third bucket. Those I don't even need to do anything with because they're not important to me. Even though they're screaming that they're urgent, it'll still, I'll throw them in there and they don't need to be dealt with. They'll take care of themselves or become unurgent because you're not doing anything with them. Um, and if you complete everything in bucket one and complete everything in bucket two, you can always go to bucket three if you're bored and do that. But this is all this awareness and taking that knowledge around it. Um, and it'll help de-stress your life because you're prioritizing things and feeling okay with it. Right. So that's what I feel they have for you right now. Happy Pill. So many blessings to you. And then Lucky, you are up next. So, do you see you going to California anytime soon? And what would be the reason why? If I am, is there a chance I'm going to be meeting up with celebrities doing some type of documentary on air pilots? Oh, interesting. All right. Excuse me. Let's see what Spirit has here for you. Going to California anytime soon. And does it have to do with those? Okay. So, are you going to California anytime soon? Um, with the King of Cups, which is balancing between the head and the heart, and the Justice card, which is about balance. You can see the giant scales and seeing things from a different perspective. It doesn't feel like anytime soon here. Will you be working with individuals in the future? I feel like right now you're still figuring some things out. You got the Tower card, which is the removal of things out of your life. The Seven of Swords, which is about lies and deceit and betrayal. I feel like you're being spared something right now with this not happening and this delay that it's not going to be anytime soon, because I feel like if you went, that there would be some shenanigans and that it would end up feeling destructive instead of constructive for you. So I feel like you're, what do they say, dodging a bullet right now with this. And it's a good time to really get into like your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. These see things from a higher perspective. Let some fears go and this cleansing come in because I feel like um, it's important to kind of clear out some lower vibrational thoughts and beliefs and mindsets you have that have cheated you out of stuff before. And that's why I feel like there's this delay because I feel like some of those subconscious beliefs would be projected, and that's why you would experience betrayal and thievery and lies being done to you because there's some of that that's in your mindsets that can um, again project out and have you have those experiences so that you can see that about yourself, these thoughts and beliefs that are deceiving you, or about that you're not good enough, or that you have to work so hard to get so little. There's these beliefs that are down there that are deceiving you in your subconscious mind, subconscious heart. And I feel like once those are cleared, then if that's still your dream and something you're wanting to do, you'll see progression and movement, but they're kind of protecting you right now from all that. So hopefully that helps. That's what they got for you right now, Lucky. So many blessings to you. All right. So now we start on the free readings for non-YouTube channel members. So let me take another sip here. From my little jug. Gotta hydrate. All right. So up first, we have Maria P. Hello, Maria. So thank you for your donation earlier. And you want to know, what does Spirit want you to know about Debia? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. Aw. Boo 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 boo. Oops, sorry. Got to get used to it with my left hand so I don't hit my microphone. Got the Lover's card here. Of course, you are in an important relationship. It's always good to hear that, right? We can't really hear that enough. And the Three of Pentacles, too. This is about being true to your authentic self with this Three of Pentacles. And I like this, it's always a good reminder, too, right? That gratitude about who someone is in a relationship. And not trying to put yourself in a box of who you're supposed to be in a relationship and who they're supposed to be in a relationship. It's about honoring who each other are, the uniqueness that you both bring into the relationship, and that you're different, but enough similarities, right? To get all that King of Cups and Queen of Swords you get about compatible partners all the time. But that, it's about celebrating the uniqueness and not trying to put expectations on yourself, on the relationship, on them, because that's what we've learned to try to do, to try to fit into the supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be. And it's like, celebrate your uniqueness, celebrate who they are, not who they're not who you're not, but celebrate who you are. And I feel like that's just what they want you to know. It's a great reminder that this is what helps relationships grow and be healthy, not diminish and focus on who someone's not being, what something's not being, where it's not at, blah, 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 right? All that stuff that sucks the life out of a relationship. This is the reminder, this is the Lover's card. This is the uniqueness of your relationship, the uniqueness of both of you individually, and the uniqueness of when you guys are together. It's different. You're not normal, neither of you. So your relationship is not normal. I like it. So that's what they have for you, Maria. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Ateshi Singh, you are up next. So in high school, did SSP prefer AS or SRJ? All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know here? Okay, so that's AS and then SRJ. All right. So, which did they prefer? Oh, well. uh, so SSP, I'm not sorry. AS. This is about SSP. AS got the star card Dreams Come True. So AS gold star for them, right? That's like their what they thought was their dream come true. Although SRJ, they had the two of cups too. So it's an interesting energy because on one hand, it's like um you can have someone who's like, oh wow, they're a dream come true. But then you're like, but this person makes a great partner, a great relationship, you know? So it's kind of like, you know, an illusory, like an illusion of who someone like, oh wow, they would be this. But then there's the reality that this person is very compatible. This person is, this partner, this, soulmate kind of energy. So like one maybe felt unobtainable, like they're an oasis in a desert. I can grasp at him, but I'd never have him. But this person can be. So it's almost like both. Like they preferred both, but for different reasons. And like the reality might have been totally different, the illusion versus reality, you know. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what's coming in, Ateshi. So many blessings to you. And then let me take a look here. Oh, let's see, I almost did this backwards. Let me just correct something here. Oh, you know what? I'm going to keep it because that's already in there. So Alice is up next. They actually had come in at the same time. So, but I'm just going to stick to the way I had posted it. But so Alice, you're up first, and then Victoria Huber-Ramirez, you be up after that. So Alice, Harris's thoughts and feelings about you. All right, let's take a look here. What's going on with Harris's thoughts and feelings? We got three cards. We'll see what we got going on here. So what are his thoughts? Well, Queen of Cups. They really see you as, this is a very emotional individual, the Queen of Cups. She co-rules with the cups, with the king, but all queens are given a second portion of cups too, which is very empathic, very like feels everything very big. So they do see you as someone who has extreme emotion, but they also recognize you have kind of a empathic ability that they're like, you know, it's like you're a human lie detector because you feel people's emotions and you're just like, "Are you sure?" Or, um, "Are you really feeling okay? Because I feel like you're feeling this way." "How did you know that?" So I feel like that's kind of how they feel that they recognize you have a lot of emotion flowing below the surface. And, when we're talking about their thoughts, I feel like they're not saying you're overly emotional, just that you're more emotional than they are. And I feel like there's this little bit of a concern that they have that I won't be able to match that or keep up with you, and I may not be able to give you the emotion that you're wanting from me. Let's take a look here. What else? Yeah, 10 of Wands. There is a lot of energy they feel they're investing here. Um, let's see what this other card is here too. Yeah, 3 of Swords. This is expectations equal disappointment. And so this is they feel like these thoughts and feelings bundled up. It's like, let me try to put it into words because I'm sitting with their energy and it just feels like I'm afraid I'll disappoint. Again, I don't feel like I'm not gonna be able to give you what you're looking for, and I feel like I it would become a burden of how much I would have to try to give you and I'd still fail. And this doesn't have to do with necessarily anything that you're doing or communicating, unless you're telling them how disappointing they are, which I don't think you are. That would be the only way that they'd be like, I feel like all this is from their past of these expectations that have been set on them. Maybe they had like a really strong feminine presence in their life, mom, sisters, aunts, telling them about who they need to be and how they need to treat women, and that you have to give all this. So they have this high bar that they feel, and it's all in here. And again, you may not be communicating any of this, but it was existing before you even met them. And I just feel like they feel like I can't um, live up to those expectations. And if you want to be with them, I feel like how you can help them with that is just by sharing things that you're grateful for that they do. And if you are sharing things that they're not doing, you're not texting me enough, you don't respond quick enough, you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't do that. I would stop that because they already have enough of that in their head already, and focus on what you're grateful for, what they do give and who they are. That will just allow them to see, maybe I can give you things. Maybe I can give you the emotion that you're looking for. So hopefully that helps, Alice. Right? And that's what they have for you. Many blessings. And then Victoria Huber-Ramirez, hello, hello. Would you like, you would like to know? I go, would I like to know? No, you're asking, would like to know what is coming towards you next week? Okay. I got it. I got it. I got it. All right, let's take a look here. What would Spirit like you to know about what's coming up for next week? All right. Boom and boom. So next week, you got the Empress and the Death card. Don't worry. That's about rebirth and ending in a beginning. And the Empress card is about a new beginning, a new birth, harvest, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So the Death card does signify, and you got two major arcana. So I feel like there's something really significant next week. And don't worry, it's not anything horrible or anything like that. It's a significant ending that allows a birthing of who you are. It allows a new birth. It allows a feeling of harvest. So it's not like, oh, something's ripped away from me and I'm left feeling empty. It's like something, there's every new beginning has to have an ending of something else to make space for something in this. Empress energy is about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and nurturing, following your heart, following your joy. And so whatever this change is that comes in here, I just feel like there's this clearing away of an obstacle that's been there for a long time, that's been holding you back. And it's this almost a self-sacrificial type of energy where you've been giving to everyone else and eating the crumbs that are left over. And next week feels like this, but where you're like, I'm gonna fill up and everyone gets the overflow, because that's the greatest gift you can give the world, is a healthy, full, overflowing you, because your energy is at its best. And the when you become a chalice, um, the little overflow is delicious nectar. It's the nectar of the gods, right? It's so delicious because it's full of unconditional love energy, instead of, if you're a barrel and you've plugged in everyone that you're giving to on the bottom of the barrel, you're empty because you're giving it all at everyone else and they're getting that stagnant, bitter, sour, resentful waters, right? Because when we give and we give and we give until we're exhausted, and then we continue to give, and we end up being resentful because everyone's sucking the life out of us. But when we take the reality that no one can suck the life out of us, we're the one pushing it all out to everyone. So we disconnect all those. We trade in the barrel for a chalice, you fill up, and then you overflow out to the world. And I feel like this is a big shaking and a realization where you're just like, I'm tired of feeling so exhausted. I'm going to nurture me. And I feel like it's a big transformational starting point for you. So I like that for you. That's what that have for you, Victoria. So many blessings to you. All right. Make sure I'm sticking to my list here. All right. So faith and love, you're up next. So hello, hello. What are C's current thoughts and feelings towards you? What are C's current thoughts and feelings towards you? All right. Thoughts and feelings. Thoughts and feelings. All right. Well, feelings they have here with the Queen of Wands. That's a lot of passionate energy that's being felt here. Not emotion. It's energetic attraction. It's physical attraction. It's passion that's there. They're thinking though here with the Five of Swords, they're a bit conflicted in their mind because it feels like their heart and their mind are battling. It's like their heart wants to express itself, but the mind is no, no, no. And it's because their heart acted like a fool when they were younger. And so the brain is like, we're not letting you be in control. You can't be trusted. I let you out and you hump everyone's legs. No, you need to learn self control. And until you do, I'm going to control you. And that's what happens with their mind. It's like the fears of being hurt, the fears of feeling pain and suffering like they did when they were younger. The brain is like intervening and doing what it thinks is for the best of the body, but the rules and the safety net that the mind has created for them, it kept them safe when they were younger, but um, the heart's outgrown the need for that. It's like putting up baby gates when we're babies, you know, to keep us from falling down the stairs. Um, they work for when we're that age, but when we become teenagers and adults, those baby gates at the top of the stairs almost become death traps where we're tripping and bumping into them and almost falling down the stairs because of them. And so there is this kind of evolution that they'll be going through where they're realizing that these old things that protected me in the past aren't needed anymore. But I feel like right now that's what's kind of going on in their head and their heart, and their brain is only allowing them to express their emotion through passion, not through emotion. So hopefully that makes sense with what you're experiencing with them and brings some clarity. But that's what they have for you right now, faith and love. So many blessings to you. Right. And then we have, hopefully I don't murder this too much. I'm so sorry. Shweta Bhadwaj? Bhadwaj? Maybe the J is silent. So my apologies. How will Sumit feel when he will see your new post on Facebook, which you just updated a few hours ago? Woo, okay. So let's see, based on their current energies, how will they feel when they see your post? All right. Well, we got the Devil card here, which is Saturn and Capricorn energy, and the Queen of Pentacles, which is about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture kind of energy. I just feel here the Devil card, Capricorn, overthinker energy. I just feel like they're going to overthink it, that they're going to analyze it, overanalyze it, misanalyze it, misunderstand it. And I feel like with that Queen of Pentacles, I feel like that's how they perceive what you're doing is like, oh, you're nurturing yourself. You're acting out for yourself. You're and I feel like they might understand like the misunderstanding is that they interpret it as you being selfish, if that makes sense, because all this is about you nurturing you and you sharing something from your heart and who you are and taking care of yourself kind of energy, if that resonates. But that devil card is just like, all right, they overdo it in their head, and again, that's where they read between the lines and they misread between the lines, and you're just like, oh, it's not what I intended, you know. But I feel like they 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 just don't get it. Um, it's like you guys are speaking different languages, right? And if you ever read the book "Men Are from Mars, Women Are from Venus," it's a very stereotyping book, but it really helps us understand, you know, that usually we're either, you know, emotionally based or mentally based. One leans to the other, and of course, with that Capricorn Saturn energy, that is definitely they're a big thinker, and you are a nurturer. You're, you know, from your you speak from the heart, and the brain's like, what? Did you understand what they just said? You know, and sometimes you're like, they just don't get it. You know, they don't understand what emotion is. Um, but then they can get so in their head that you don't understand. You know, it's like a fish doesn't understand a bird, and a bird doesn't understand a fish unless you're a flying fish or you talk to a flying fish and or a bird that dives and can swim underwater. There's birds that do that. And so there's like, wow, they just kind of it went over their no, it didn't go over their head. It went around their heart. They're like, huh? So hopefully that makes sense, Shweta. And that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Nelia Medeiros. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donations earlier. For your free question, any messages from your guardian angels? All right. Let's take a look here. What do your guardian angels want you to know right now? All right. So you got the Sun card, which is an abundance, an overflowing card, and the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is the belief about lack and being abandoned, left out in the cold, not being enough, not having enough. And the Five of Pentacles is a transformational energy around that. And the Sun card coming in, it just there's this message, you know, that you know, we got you, boo. You are supported. It isn't humanity that brings you what you need in each moment. It is source. It is creator. It is the higher, whatever you believe, the highest, um, you know, spiritual sources out there. And um, that it's not humans, because humans will, that's where we experience abandonment, being left behind and all that, because when a human inner child feels unsafe and out of control, it will pull back everything, abandon us, and pull back resources from it that they were given to us. And because out of fear, they will do that. But we can trust that it's creator that brings us what our sustenance, what we need in each moment, and more, not just bread and water, but what a little more, because they always love us. They want to give us more. Maybe not everything our ego wants or feels it needs, but definitely they bring us our sustenance. And they bring us what we need in each moment, or we wouldn't be here right now. So we can develop this trusting relationship that we are cared for, we are loved, we are supported. And they're reminding me of there was an old hymn song that we used to sing when I was in the Christian religion, and they it's called "His Eye Is on the Sparrow." If you look it up, it's a beautiful song because it's like, why would I worry? Why would I fret? Something along those lines. Um, but it's like his eye is on the sparrow. He watches over them. So I know he watches over me. They watch over me, right? And I like that. I feel like that's them saying that you are protected and guided and supported, and we will supply your every need. We might deliver it through humans as the delivery company, but it comes from us. And we don't go into fear. We have endless resources. So you can trust us. So I love that. What a beautiful message. So that's what they have for you, Nelia. Many blessings to you. And then KVH, you are up. Hey, like you're like hand. So please, can I have a general guidance for the moment? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit wants you to know? Okay. So first, they want you to know that heartache is a lie. Expectations equal disappointment. And I know when they told me heartbreak is a lie, I'm like, well, then explain this prick in my heart I've felt several times. And Spirit shared with me, that, that's actually fear being ignited in our human heart, that feeling. And when they gave me an example of, because my older brother and I used to scare the crap out of each other when we were younger. And that feeling of like someone jumping out, or grabbing your ankle from under the bed and all sorts of stuff, right? That we would do. That, that fear is that same feeling of heartache. But when you realize it's just your stupid brother, then the feeling goes away because the fear is resolved. But when it's an emotional fear that ignites, we don't usually resolve that right away in a second. It loops until we go to sleep or we get distracted, and then we forget until we remember the emotional fear that popped in. I'm not lovable. I'm not good enough. What are people going to think? All those emotional monsters that pop up around a situation. Then it starts up again, right? Until we resolve it. But when we realize it's a fear and it's not a real threat, it's just an emotional illusion, um, we can have this calm, and we can come to that and recognize it for what it is, feel it, and then look at what is my fear so I can transform it, right? So I like that. And I feel like the big message that's coming in here, we've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is about abundance in the outside world, fulfillment. I don't know if you can see there on the bottom there's a little people in the middle, which represents relationship. It's one of my relationship cards, but it can also be about fullness of life and what I feel. All these rules and expectations about this is what life has to be in order for me to feel happy. The King of Cups is balancing our head and our heart. And with all of this expectations around this could be around our relationships and the heartache we feel, or the fearing that we'll be heartbroken and or someone will break our heart. But our heart is too powerful to be broken. It's just emotions. It's just little beliefs, um, coming in, that there can be this balance between head and heart that come in here. And when we realize that expectations equal disappointment, those expectations are thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, these small t truths rooted in fear when we were growing up, that um, were taught, right? All this list of things that happen to have happen in order for me to be lovable, in order for me to be acceptable, in order for me to be happy. And we realize it's all BS. It's all made up. It's all opinion. I get to choose what that is. I can get rid of the entire list, choose to be happy for no reason at all. Realize I am eternally and unconditionally loved by the higher realms. So I don't have to worry about being unlovable. Humans are going to be fickle. They're going to have their opinions, and let them have them. But you get to choose the story, your emotions, your energy, and your actions. So hopefully that helps. I feel like that's what they have for you right now. KVH, so many blessings to you. And then we have Chelsea Dailey. Hello, hello. Just go down my list here. You want to know, will you receive funds Monday? All right, based on current energies, let's dive into the future. Will you receive funds? They don't want any of those. All right, there we go. Anything else we need to know about the funds? There we go. All right, will you? You have the Eight of Pentacles, which is about putting, like, when you put the blood, the sweat, the tears in, you get the reward. The Eight of Pentacles is things are coming in here. You also got the Seven of Pentacles, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. It's a patience card. Can be a little bit of a delay card, but I feel like with that Eight of Pentacles coming out first, that the Seven of Pentacles is just saying you do get the funds on Monday, but I feel like they're delayed. Like they're not there first thing in the morning. They like come in the afternoon kind of energy. You're like, really? Well, they normally put the funds in the morning. Yeah, but delay, system glitch, something. And I feel like it comes in later in the day. So hopefully that helps, Chelsea. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Shari, you are up next, or Shari, Shari, however you pronounce it. And you want to know what's next for you in your life, a general reading. All right, let's take a look here. See what Spirit has here for you. Oh, they don't want any of those either. Let's refresh the cards here. Okay. Hang in there, everybody. We've only got about 6 more after this. So we're getting there. We're getting there. All right. So what do they want you to know? All right. Well, we really like this. There's a big balancing energy that comes in with the Star card and the Six of Wands, because the Six of Wands is like this equalized energy. And the Star card, there's usually like 7 other stars above there, which represents like the balancing of the chakras. But there's another great energy with all this balance and this flow that's coming in. Six of Wands is a victory card, and the Star card is this wish upon a star, dreams come true kind of energy. So I do feel like I love it. They're calling it the balance. It's like the calm before the storm, but the balance before the dream. Interesting that they're having it come in that way. But it's like energetic balance coming in, balance in your chakras, balance in your energy, which is, you know, spending as much time focusing on higher vibration as we do on lower vibration. We start off like 99% on things that are wants, needs, fearing what will come in, won't come in our life, focus on what we hate, that lower vibration. That's what kind of we're taught growing up, right? But the higher vibration of unconditional love and joy and laughter and gratitude and play and fun, that energy helps balance out that energy. It's actually even more powerful, so much more powerful than the lower vibration. That when you balance and have the same amount that you're focusing on both of those, this is exponentially big, which is what helps bring the dream and helps draw in the things because you're raising your energy to match that ability to receive that. Because if you're all lower vibration, you can't receive things that are up here. You can only receive things that are down here. So you're raising your love vibration, you're focusing on this. You can do balancing chakra videos that have meditations, that have music. Um, and I'm sure you probably know a lot about chakra balancing anyway, but definitely there's a ton of stuff in the internet that you can just search. Google it. Google has AI on it now, right? Where you can go, how to balance chakras, and they'll bloop, 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 give you a bunch of ideas and just whatever resonates for you. It's an important thing because when we're in fear, we draw in that stuff, right? And it's like, we don't want to continue to do what we've always done and get what we've always gotten. We have to change our energy. And this is what they're having you do to be able to bring in things that match that higher vibration. So I love that for you, Cherie or Sherry. Maybe you'll change your name. Just call you Cher. Oh, that's already taken. But anyway, Shar, right? All right. Many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. All right. And then we have here Isis Unveiled. Almighty Isis. So, welcome for your first time here. and you wish to know if you and this person will see each other again soon. It's platonic. And you want to give the question a time span of more or less 3 months. So you want to know soon means within the next 3 months, right? So let's take a look. Based on current energies, looking into the future, will you and this platonic person, will you see each other in the next 3 months? All right. What do we have here? All right. I do feel like you guys will, based on current energies, because you got the Six of Swords, first of all, which Six of Swords is a movement card. It's letting go of some old ways of thinking that allow higher ways of thinking to come in, and it allows movement. You have the Judgment card too, which is your higher self having you look at things from a higher perspective, from a place of unconditional love rather than from small t truths rooted in fear, which is kind of like saying we're letting go of expectations and we're looking at things differently. You have the Wheel of Fortune. That's why I feel like this is a yes, because this is the turning of the wheels of fate, and it is for you where even your human is on board, because everything in our life always happens for us, not to us. But sometimes our human is like, how is that for me? And but when the Wheel of Fortune comes in, that is our human going, I see how this is for me, which feels very fortunate. um and So I feel like this is letting go of expectations of the supposed to be, the should be, and the higher way of thinking is a thinking of gratitude. And so it's interesting. What you can do with this is if you do want to hang out with them and want to see them again soon, then you're like, you focus on not the want and the need, because that gives us the energy that I want to continue to want, I want to continue to need, which is a pushing away energy. But the having energy is we are grateful for what we have or what we had. And so you can think about of all the fun times that you guys have had together, and you can have gratitude around that. I really enjoyed when we did that. We hung out and did that. I really enjoyed this. Now focus on what we haven't had or didn't get or haven't don't have yet. This is focusing on what you have had with them, and you can ask creator, I'd really like to hang out with them, and I'm just going to start gratitude for, you're going to allow the perfect timing, the perfect way. But the more you focus and change that energy into gratitude of what you've enjoyed together, that aligns you with the energy of having more of that. And that's what the energy changes. And if you do that, I feel like definitely within 3 months that you guys will be able to hang out. Right. So that's what they have for you. Isis unveiled, Almighty Isis. All right. Many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Coca Cola. You are up. So a free love reading, please. All right. What does Spirit want you to know about love? All right. That one and that one. All right. What is a happening? What is a happening here? Ooh. All right. And I shouldn't do that before you guys see the cards, but makes it exciting. You got the Ace of Cups and the Emperor. Ace of Cups is new love, energy, which is always a nice card when we're talking about love. It's also about self love and realizing that every relationship that we have in the outside world, lovers, romantic, friends, family, whatever, is a reflection of our inner love. We can't give more love than we have for ourselves, nor receive more love than we have for our own selves. So it's an important energy of, I'm going to focus on raising my self-love and my self-worth, and raising that love vibration. And how I do that is by questioning thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve me anymore, and I release those, right? I work on releasing those and transforming them into higher wisdom and knowledge, and also letting go of emotions that don't serve me anymore, energy that doesn't serve me anymore. Doing aura cleanses or um, incense or sage or whatever we do to clear away the lower vibrational energies, and then even clearing away things out of our physical environment, things that don't serve us anymore, right? To make space. It's all about creating space in your mind and your heart and your energy in your life. That helps us bring in and draw love in, starting with our own self-love. The Emperor energy is Aries energy, and it does bring in a lot of thinking energy too, because the Emperor rules over all four kings. All kings get a second portion of air, thinking energy, swords energy. So because the Ace of Swords, I'm sorry, not the Ace, the King of Swords also gets the Ace of Swords. That means 5 parts thinking, 1 part earth, 1 part air, 1 part water, right? So that's why there's a lot of thinking energy that goes into this, which is questioning, what is it that I want in a relationship? And you can think of an emperor with a throne room full of advisors, yapping, telling them the expectations, the supposed to be's, the should be's, the need to be's, the have to be's of the empire, contradicting each other, a bunch of information, blah 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 blah. It's overwhelming. We have been inundated with all those thoughts and beliefs around what love is supposed to be, who they're supposed to be, who they're supposed to be in a relationship, what a relationship looks like, how it's supposed to start, how it is supposed to start, how it's supposed to progress, how it's supposed to end up, supposed to, opinion, who we're supposed to be in the relationship and who we're supposed to be in our lives. And it's a lot of rules and a lot of contradictions and stress. And it's all small t, truths rooted in fear. And the emperor realizes, thank you, I'm the emperor. I get to decide. So everyone clear the throne room. I need some silence. I'm going to sit. I'm going to decide what I want. So you get to decide what you want in love, not what you think you're supposed to be, getting out of the head, getting into your heart, deciding what you want, putting a plan together, and then you put action behind it, not waiting for love to come to your way, but what am I going to do? A lot of this can be going and living your dream, not finding love your dream, but what is my passion? How do I want to express myself creatively? When you're filling up with that self-love, you're going and you're doing things you love in the world instead of looking for, like, you're trying to fill a position in your life that's missing. You have a vacancy in this job in your life that's supposed to be a partner, so you're taking applications, doing background checks, conducting interviews. It's like work. Ugh. And then you have to fire people and then hire again, and positions open again, taking more applications, right? It becomes that kind of cycle. Whereas when you're living your passion, living your life, you're doing things you love, you bump into someone who's doing the same. You have this same passion about something that you love doing because you meet them while you're out doing that. Then you have that commonality and a spark happens. And then a relationship organically grows from it. It's a different type of feeling. Do you feel the difference between one feels like work, one feels like adventure? That's the difference. And I feel like that's what they want you to know right now. Coca Cola. So have a Coke and a smile. I love that old commercial. All right. So many blessings to you. Let me move some of these out here. They're behind my little window there. Okay. All right. So up next, we have Tracy Woke Mofo. I love that. Great screen name. So your husband, and your doggy both passed away last year from colon cancer. You wanted any messages, please and thank you. Yeah. Your husband's name is Steve and your doggy was Charlie. Yeah, definitely. I feel I actually have Talking to Heaven deck here from James Monprog, and we'll pull from there. So see what they want you to know here. So we'll pull a message from Steve and then a message from Charlie. Whoops, hit my microphone there. All right. So let's see. What does Steve want to let you know? So Steve wants you to know that he was met by so many loving people. And there's an additional message for that too. He says, I want to put your mind at rest. I did not die alone. None of us ever comes into the earth world or even enters into heaven alone. I was met by all of our loving relatives, friends, and even souls I did not expect. I was graded so beautifully by my magnificent angels, teachers, and spirit guides who gently escorted me into my colorful heavenly life. It is all so splendid and so real. I cannot express to you the amount of love I was welcomed with. It feels so natural to be loved. I think I forgot that when I was living on the earth. When I came here, it was a wonderful reunion. It is a place where you see the best in everyone, and they all show you the best in yourself. It is indeed heaven. Wow. So I feel like that's the message for you there. That's so funny that I'm like, yeah, always making it all about you, Steve. Reminds me of my ex stepfather. His name was Steve too. But he's being funny. He goes, "Yep, even here, I was thinking of myself." He's got a great sense of humor. Let's see what Charlie wants to say to you here. Mm, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Oh, let's see. Let me see here. It's interesting how they have it. Okay, here we go. I love it. I'm gonna try to read it in Charlie's voice because I feel like Charlie would talk like this. I don't know why. Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. But he says, please do me a really big favor. Stop beating yourself up, thinking that you caused my death or were in some way responsible for it. You were not. It's so hard from the earthly level to understand the spiritual elements of life. No matter what you think you could have done or should have done, I would have left anyway. I am releasing you of any responsibility for my leaving. Please let go of any guilt. It will make us both feel better. And I see a little wagging tail. The universe is perfect in its makeup, and what we think is a coincidence is just God's way of remaining anonymous. Trust me, be kind to yourself, knowing that what I share with you is true. Wow. I love that. And I feel like um, it's it's like it says synchronicities. It's not an accident. I mean, both passing from colon cancer and and I feel like that's Charlie, you know, telling you for both of them, it's not your fault. There's nothing you could have done. And, you know, they're always with you, they're always around you. It's amazing when I channel people from the other side. They've always told me the minute that they leave their bodies, they're immediately by all their loved ones. They just, they're there in spirit, right? And that they don't have to share themselves. They can be with multiple people all at the same time as if they're 100% with you and they never leave your side. So both of them are by your side. You know, they've joined your spiritual posse. They're sending you messages, sending you synchronicities. And when you're ready, they can visit you in your dreams if they haven't already. Um, and I feel like they visited you in your dreams, but not as themselves, um, because you have to be ready for to see them. Um, and they don't want to they'll know when you're ready because they don't want to create sadness by appearing and then you waking up going, oh, they're gone again, you know, not reliving that. And so once you're comfortable and you've healed your heart where it is a um, reinforcement of your life instead of something that kind of takes you two steps backward, they'll show up in your dreams and they will show you that. Um, and again, it's not your fault what happened with them. And you actually knew before you guys came down here, you knew that this is what was going to happen for you to experience. And um, and they'll show you the receipt with your signature on it. That's funny. But that they do love you very much and they're with you always. And they are communicating with you, giving you synchronicities all over the place, showing you that they're there, reminding you, tapping memories in your head when you're not thinking about them to know that you're not alone. They're always with you. And you are loved so much by so many on the other side too. All right. So hopefully that helps, Tracy. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. And then Starseed A. So you have been experiencing plantar fasciitis, feet pain. Okay, thank you. And lower body pain. So what could be the cause of this? Could it be due to a blocked root chakra? How it can be cured? Hey, Anshul, because nothing is showing up in your medical reports, no diagnosis is being made. All right. And then, of course, here in the United States, I have to do a medical disclaimer um, to tell, and it's in the description box of the video, that tarot is for fun. That, of course, I'm not a licensed medical professional, a licensed professional, lawyer, anything like that. So always, of course, it sounds like you've already consulted medical professionals, but we always recommend that. And ultimately, everyone makes their own decisions in their life. I take no responsibility or liability for anyone else's choices. All right. So disclaimer made, check, check. Now let's see what Spirit has to say here for you. So what kind of guidance do they want to give you here? So what could be the cause of this pain? Can it be a root chakra? We will pull a separate card for that and see what they have to say here. And we have... You can also... I've moved things around in my office this week, but there's a great book by Louise Hay. I guess I can look over here instead of over at my computer. Um, Called "You Can Heal Your Life." If you have that book, I would definitely look up that feet pain, lower body pain, and any specific names of diseases that you might think it is. And it'll give you spiritual and emotional reasons behind it. And she also gives affirmations. If you don't have the book, you don't have to buy it. I really highly recommend it. It's an amazing book. So, everyone, please read it if you're able to. But you can also just Google and put emotional or spiritual reason for, did it, and see what resonates, because that can help you identify. Because usually, if we have unresolved emotional energy somewhere inside of us, eventually it leaks out into our body to, hey, pay attention to me, right? So let's see what else they have here for you. So you've got the Three of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Wands is about a change of direction with new information. So I feel like with researching, you're going to find a different route. You're going to feel like, okay, it's something different than I thought it was. Nine of Pentacles is really being alone and consulting spirit, but it's also a card of abundance and a card of kind of like a dream come true in the outside world. So I feel like there is resolution to your pain and what's going on here. But I feel like you end up going a different route than you think you would go in resolution for it. Let's see, is it rooted to the root chakra? We got peace of mind, Four of Swords. So I don't feel like it's your root chakra that's being impacted here. I'm seeing yellow, so solar plexus more than root chakra, and because that's about stepping into your power and your belief in yourself, and I feel like that is where a lot of that energy comes in. No, I wonder. Let's see here. Is it in here? Oh my gosh, it is. I was like, they're like, look in that, look in. I've got like probably 20 of these things, and I found it. So here's the book. Let me look up. Let me just read some of this stuff. Again, she has that disclaimer that seek a medical professional. She was a, I think, a medical intuitive when she was here on Earth. So let me see here, plantar fasciitis. Let me just look up that real quick here. If my fingers will work. Come on, come on. Well, that particular one is not in here. Let me, I can just look up foot pain, but let me look and see if it's under. No, it's not under the fasciitis either. But let's see. Foot problems is basically about fear of the future and of not stepping forward in life. An affirmation for that is I move forward in life with joy and with ease. So if that resonates. Um, Feet by itself represents our understanding of ourselves, of life, and others. And so, an affirmation for that is my understanding is clear and I'm willing to change with the times. I am safe. That solar plexus energy of understanding of yourself, of life, and others. But I feel like it's has to do with that there. And let's see here. You said also lower body. Let's see if there's like one for that. But I would still Google and see what resonates for you there. Yeah, it's not like listed in here, but um but definitely I would Google and you might get some clarity around that there. So hopefully that helps. And Starseed, we if anyone wants to join me in sending love out to Starseed, we'll send you some love energy, some guidance, surround you with big bubble of unconditional love energy to help your higher self aid you in transforming what it wants to transform within you. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So hopefully that helps a little bit, Starseed. Hang in there. Much love to you. Alrighty. And then just have two more left, so hang in there, everybody. So, Patsy A, your free reading. Is your bakery business going to thrive in upcoming months? All right, based on current energies, next coming months here, upcoming months, will your bakery thrive? Ooh, right. All right. Well, first card up is the King of Pentacles, which is one of the abundance cards, which does show thriving would be initiated here. I do feel that there are some little changes that you'll make because you have the Judgment card, which is about your higher self showing you some clarity about things, seeing things from a different perspective, and the King of Swords too. Double swords energy the King gets of Swords gets, which is about connecting to higher mindsets and perspectives, but it's around communication too. So I feel like you're going to kind of just ask spirit, give me some clarity on how that I can, um, thrive more in the bakery business. And I feel like some of it has to do with how you're advertising, how you're communicating, because that's also the suit of communication. Um, but it's a lot of clarity of things, and I like that for you. Also, the calling, I feel like you might have like something that you would like to do within your bakery business that you haven't done yet. That is a brilliant idea that also helps, like, cupcake fountain, you know, this or that. It's something that you've wanted to create and what you've wanted to do, but you haven't done it yet. And I feel like that helps too, if that makes sense to you. Uh, but so I like that. King of Pentacles is that there is that possibility for the thriving, but there is some alteration in how you advertise, how you communicate, whether you're throwing it on Instagram or Facebook or, you know, YouTube channel, whatever it is, like you're communicating to the world in a different way that brings you awareness of people to your business. That more people will realize you're there, some sort of cake event, cupcake event. Um, Need help with a bake sale? You know, we can help, that kind of thing. Anyway, so I like that for you, Patsy. So that's what they have for you right now. So yum, yum, yum. All right. Many blessings. All right. And then lastly, but definitely not leastly, we have Syeda Fizzah Ali. So a free reading. Does Munib love Fisa, or are you giving yourself false hopes? All right, let's take a look here and see what's going on. So we'll do one card if they love. And then the other is, do you have false hopes about what you're wanting to have happen between the two of you? Because they could still love you, but, not want a relationship, depending on what's going on in their noggin, right? So do they love you? Well, you got the death card here, which is a death and a rebirth. And let's see what this other is here too here. Yeah. So, when with this death card and being for the do they love you, this is that I feel like the message I got was like they feel dead inside, which means they don't have a whole lot of self-love, and we can't give something to someone else that we don't have for ourselves. Like, I can't love someone more than I love myself, nor receive love from others more than I love myself. So I love myself that much, no matter how much love I want to give, just gonna drip, drip. And no matter how much someone wants to give love to me, it's gonna drip, drip, because that tunnel is so small. The more I expand my self love, the more I expand my ability to give and receive love to other people. This I'm dead inside feels like they have very, very low self love for themselves. And it makes sense because looking at like, can I, you know, are you giving yourself false hopes for them? You had the Seven of Pentacles, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree, is the fruit, which represents like a long, long process of waiting for fruition to come. And the Five of Wands energy is a lot about conflicting energy within them. So I do feel like, not that it's false hopes, but oh my God, you would have to be so patient for so long to wait for them to get to the place where they will start and look at that lack of love they have for themselves and expand it all. And then eventually they would be able to give and receive love. Right now, they'd only be able to give passion, intimacy, you know, energetic and physical attraction is how they learned to share their emotion, which is not emotion, it's passion. Um, So I just feel like your patience would grow thin eventually because they won't be able to give you but a little drip, drip, and you're like, my heart is dying of thirst. I would like some love. So I feel like you will more so um, choose that I could theoretically wait for a decade, 10 years for them to get to the point where they're able to give love. But you're like, but then I'm kind of waiting and cheating myself out of being able to be with someone who is capable of giving me what I can give, right? And so it's like, yeah, it's okay. I can let them go. They're on their journey and I can release them because that is how much I love myself. I'm going to release them because I deserve to be with someone like me that can give me what I can give. So hopefully that helps, Syeda. Hang in there. There is wonderful individuals that can give you what you're looking for. But I know the heart wants what it wants, but when you talk to your heart and go, aren't you hungry? And they're like, yeah, well, let's go down here. That kitchen's closed. It's under, what do they call it? Construction or when they remodel. It's that kitchen's being remodeled. It's closed. Let's go find somewhere to eat. So, all right. Sending you a lot of love. Hang in there, my dear. That's what they have for you now. And thank you guys again so much for all your patience in getting to your readings. That's what I have. Hopefully, I didn't miss anyone. Um, and I will be back tomorrow morning. Oh my gosh, it's 12:18 a.m. I'll be back in less than 11 hours for my next session. So if you'd like to join me, I'll be there also tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, which we've got daylight savings time on Monday. So for those of you in countries or states that do not um, honor or participate in daylight savings time, I'll be on an hour earlier than normal. With one eye open, drinking coffee probably, or a big monster drink. I'll be drinking something to be awake. But anyway, much love to you all. Thank you guys again for all the thumbs up, all the love, all the support. I'm so grateful for your patience and getting to your readings and your thirst for searching after spirit. And until I see you again, remember every second of every day of our lives, we truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. Remember, have fun. Because why are we being so serious? All right. Love you. We'll see you soon.